Hi, everyone. Today we're going to be going over the standard algorithms on the EMC 2020. These algorithms are what run the boiler of most of our buildings. So to start off is the apartments algorithm. So you just press on that button and all this info comes up. So apartments algorithm runs with a certain number of votes that you can set in the algorithm tuning page. There's another video on that. We can link that. The apartments algorithm is concerned with the temperature of your apartments relative to their set point. So, for example, here, this apartment 19, 69 degrees, and the set point, you can see here by clicking on it, is 70. So, it's going to want heat. So, as you can see, this apartment's going to be in the below set point. It's asking for heat. There are some apartments here that are voting not to get heat. For example, this one. This one's 77 degrees. It doesn't need any heat. And a lot of buildings are going to have that kind of discrepancy where some apartments are a little colder, whether it's on the corner or it's higher up in the building where they left a window open. They're going to end up with a temperature discrepancy. Now, another thing that you may or may not see on this page is the zeros and the ones. So the zeros mean that this sensor is voting not to fire the boiler. This sensor says, I'm warm enough, you don't need to fire the boiler. And then you can see the ones. You can see this 16 has a little one right there. That sensor says, I'm cold, I want you to fire the boiler. Now, not all of the sensors here have a 1 or a 0. That means that the owner, or you, for whatever reason, decided to take that sensor out of the apartment's algorithm, whether it's because they didn't cover their air conditioner and they left it in the window, or that they just have a space heater and they keep throwing your building off. That's why you would take it out. But this is where you'd be able to tell whether it's there or not and what it's voting. So moving on from the apartments to the heat call. The heat call basically asks the apartments, are you cold? Do you want heat? And it's apartments are green, so yes, I want heat. Let's move over to, that's a check. Apartments are up there. Then it says, okay, apartments are cold. Let's see if the outside's cold enough, because there's the New York City law, below 55 degrees, you need to give heat. So it checks, is the outside temperature below 55 degrees? It's 44. Yeah, it is. It's below the set point. So the heat call will fire. Then the boiler call checks the heat call. And all the boiler needs is one vote to fire, whether it's the heat call or the aquastat. The aquastat's just for controlling the temperature of the water in the boiler. So if the heat call is firing, your boiler will fire. If the aquastat's firing, your boiler will fire. If both of them are firing, your boiler will fire. If neither of them are calling, your boiler will not fire unless instructed by you with a bypass. All right, I guess that's an overview of the typical algorithms in EMC 2020.